You interested in seeing how I create this matte eyeshadow look? Well, stay tuned as I try the Morphe Matte Essentials palette. Good morning and welcome to the Daily Beauty Story. My name is Amanda Hall. I'm 55 years old. I have extremely dry skin, lots of fine lines and deeper wrinkling. I have deep set eyes and a cool olive undertone. So how are my glam girlies doing this morning? I hope that you are up and well and having a good start to your day. I'm going to break out some new products to me. One is a new product. Let's see, I'm going to go into this Morphe Matte Essentials. So we're not doing any sparkle today because we're going to sparkle up the lips with the Twilight lip gloss from ColourPop, this bright red. I'm thinking this is how this is going to turn out. So we'll go a little more subtle on the eyes. And so I wanted to give this a try. We're going to play with this blush again. I'm going to redo the, I'm going to play with this some more. So let's go ahead and create a beauty story. Let's get the hair off the face. It's morning. I got a little later start today than normal. So we are going to start with the Morphe concealer in Buff 4C. I can't believe we are almost to the end of March. Like really the first quarter of 2025 is almost done. Crazy to me. It just seems like yesterday that it was Christmas time and we're already full 3 months past that. We're into spring. I look forward to spring every year and I just can't believe how fast this year is going. And that we are, almost at the end of March. Crazy to me. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So I'm sorry you didn't get a Monday video up. I had some technical difficulties. And so the video that I planned to put up last night when I recorded it had no volume. So I will be re-recording that. And I will try to be objective in my thoughts again when I share the two eyeshadow palettes that I tried. So this is, I'm still really liking this. I'm going to set it later with the Morphe Cloud Light, but let's go ahead and this is the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. I have it in the color Natural Hazel, which I think is a little more of their, meant to be their olive tone. So it's a little bit thicker of a formula. I liked how it looked yesterday. So I figured, well, but it is very matte. I mean, that's the kind of foundation it is. It claims it's matte, and it is matte. The dewy blush helped, and so did the highlighter. But it definitely is a matte foundation, and it is definitely really a medium, a solid medium coverage. Could be considered almost full. I think you could build it up. I think it might get a little too cakey if you try to build it up too much in areas that are, heavy creasing areas. But as you notice, I'm keeping it away from my chin and lip area, at least with full product. I want to at least have had, get as much out of the brush as I can before I go into the areas where I do have more fine lines and deeper wrinkling, especially around my mouth. But we don't want to not blend together with the color, so that's that. And if you're a dry skin girl like me, you just want to make sure that your skin is even more hydrated when you're using a matte foundation. Traditionally, matte foundations are a more drying foundation. I didn't find that my face felt extra dry yesterday. I did try to prep even a little bit more this morning with a little bit extra of a moisturizer on my face just to kind of help mitigate any potential that that could have. We're back using the Sephora contour stick in Fair to Light, yeah. The Sephora sale is supposed to kick off April 4th. And that's when the Sephora collection will be 30% off. And I already have pretty much have my basket ready to go, so that I can get my order in first, for when us lowly people who don't always buy a lot of things from, who always don't buy a lot of things from Sephora. And so I've got those in my cart, ready to pull the trigger. You know, April 4th, you say that, it seems like it's so far away, and it like literally is what, a week and a half away? I mean, crazy to me. Maybe 2 weeks. Yes, I think it starts on is that a Friday? See, the 31st is a Monday. First Tuesday, second Wednesday. Yeah, so it's Friday. So they kick off the sale on a Friday, which is good. So I have it all ready to go. Oh, I did a lot of around the house stuff yesterday. I'm moving. This is one fun thing another fun fact about me. I love to move furnitures around and create new looks with the things that I already have. New spaces, just give things a fresh take. I'll move things from upstairs to downstairs. Yesterday I just pretty much worked downstairs, and so I live on 2 level, but my bottom level is more like my basement level, like the bottom level. And so I tend to, you know, be on the top, which is the entry level for me. But I did have some fun down there yesterday, getting things ready and having some fun. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little dot this time. This is the Makeup Revolution Dewy, Super Dewy Blush. And this is in the color, I forget what color this is. Blush Me Up, I think is what it is. Does it say on here? Does it say? Yeah, it says Blush Me Up. So that's the color. This is kind of a more of a neutral rosy color, a little more on the brick, I would say. It's more of a brick color. But look at that. I mean, that's just that one little dot. You know, I like to get product evenly distributed in my brush and then apply. And that just gives such a beautiful color to the cheeks, at least for my skin tone. It's doing a nice job. Go over forehead and then over the nose. Still probably even used a little bit too much product, because you can still see what's on the back of my hand, but you can see how dewy that is. Now I have it on a very matte foundation, so it's not probably looking as dewy as it does on my hand, but it definitely is a dewy foundation, or a dewy blush. So there we go. All right, so now let's go into the highlighter, which I'm still using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow. And this has been polished up. I've just been putting it really mostly focusing it on the apple, or on this very front part, and then distributing back. It's really starting to grow on me, this highlighter. I don't have a ton of highlighters left in my collection. I think I told you guys I have, what, 3 over there? So this one is highly likely to move into my collection. So there's that. Let me press out any of this under my under eye. And then we will put the Morphe cloud light on, get the eyebrows done, and then break into this Morphe palette. It's an all matte palette. I do not have an all matte palette because you guys know I like sparkle, and I'm hoping I can go without sparkle today. Since we're gonna do a bold lip, I figured, maybe I'll try. We'll see how it turns out. I'm gonna try to go neutral too, a little more on the neutral side on the eyes, and then really vamp up the lips. So that's gonna be the attempt for today. Whether the attempt is successful or not, we'll see. We'll see. So this, I'm just using the Milani Precision Brow in Ebony, the Lift and Snatch in Ash Brown. And so let's just, actually I'm gonna start over here today. So just want to remind you, there will be no daily beauty story or style story, and even then no jewelry story Thursday through Sunday, as I'll be at a youth retreat and really won't have access to show you anything. And it'll be Saturday and Sunday next week that I won't be able to. But maybe I'll share pictures with you guys on where I'm at. Supposedly this youth area is a really beautiful place. And so I love to take pictures. I mean, one of the reasons I'm going there is to be a photographer and to take pictures. Which is why I am heading over there. That's what I've been asked to do mostly. And then they have a couple of prayer stations and Bible stations. And so I'm going to kind of be there just to help push things along. So that's that. Let's go ahead and just give these a brush out. And we'll get the Lift and Snatch on. You know, I have these uneven eyebrows, and sometimes it's hard to get them to look the same. The years of over tweezing my eyebrows gives me sparse brows, and I think we've calmed down on the trend of big bushy eyebrows and are moving back to a little more natural of a brow this year. Doesn't need to be overly, bushy or big. I think it's just definitely more of a defined, definitely leaning more dimensional. So it's one of the reasons that I like it. I like to use the pen just to give some additional hair strokes in there. Because even though I'm using the darker color, I still, feel like I get a good, oh, goodness gracious, words come to my mouth. I get a good lash line or eyebrow hair. Oh my goodness. Good thing I am not trying to be perfect and cut that out and just show you what it's like. 55. Oh, what a lovely age. What a lovely age. Actually, it really is. Some circumstances in life has made it a little more challenging, but 55 has really been a good year for me. Let's see, we're going to go into this 18 Count Matte Essentials eyeshadow palette next. Okay, so this 18 count matte essentials, effortless, timeless, limitless. Your essential artistry wardrobe has arrived. This curated capsule of 18 cool, yay, which is why I picked it up, all matte shades, builds, blends, and layers to create endlessly versatile everyday looks for our bolder effects. Complement with our 9C matte essentials artistry palette. So they have a 9 pattern palette that's also in this color story. So let's get her opened up. I bought this a while ago, probably, I don't know, when they were having some of their Morphe stuff on sale, and I picked it up and I was like, okay, so it's been sitting there in my little to try bin for quite some time, and I just was like, okay, today's the day to break it out and open it up and play with it and see here. I know I need to do a little bit of a restock, refresh on my makeup in my little bin. I'm almost through everything that I've picked up recently or that has been sitting in that bin. So let's, I didn't realize this was a plastic case. For some reason I thought it would be cardboard, but it is plastic. So it got a little extra stuff here. No, see, get it open sometimes. There we go. So it does give you, oh, it's got a nice big mirror. Wow. So there are the colors. And then here are the shades. So very neutral palette. Very neutral. Definitely more towards a very brown, kind of smokier eye look. But let's see here. I think I'm going to stay mostly on the left side of the palette, which is the lighter shades today, since we're going with a bolder lip. So let me see here. I'm going to put this out here on my table, so that should match up. Okay, we're going to go, I'm probably going to put in the crease this color, which they're calling satin. And then I'll probably darken it up here, which would be the color Tulle. And then I might even darken it up more with this colored nylon. And then maybe in the brow bone, go a little more neutral and go with this, go with either this sheer or the one next to it, organza. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, it's a nice big mirror. This is a nice palette. I'm surprised. I don't think I saw this in the, I don't think I saw this out when I bought it. I just looked at the back and saw the colors on the back of the box. I was like, okay. My black Awala. So there is that. All right, let me get my brushes switched here. And again, I'm going in with satin. Okay, not too bad. I don't know why, I must have gotten some extra foundation up in here, and so it's picking up extra color and making it look a little bit bolder down there. So just wipe that up a little bit. That's a nice color, very neutral, very pretty. Let's see, now we're gonna go in with this darker gray shade, which is Tulle. This one right here. That's really gray. It's nice. Gray's a harder one to find. More of that concrete gray color. Maybe tomorrow I'll use the, well, no, we're gonna stick in, I'll probably stick in this palette maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I still have the Moon palette to try of the Hard Candy 4 pans. Yesterday's purple I was in love with. I loved the way that look turned out. So on this youth retreat, I probably will not have an opportunity to really put on a lot of makeup. I'm going to be, you know, in a cabin. Well, a guest cabin, so it's a little bit nicer for the adults. I'm not staying with the kids. That's not my thing. But I do have a nicer little cabin that the adults stay in. And so that's where I will be. So, but it won't be a full glammy makeup look. It'll probably be mascara, maybe one pot shadow I might take with me, or maybe one of the little, maybe that palette from yesterday, the Wink palette, maybe that. All right, I'm gonna go in with the little darker color, which is Nylon, which is this one right here. We're just gonna kind of darken out that outer V area. You know, it's so funny. I'm used to a certain thing. I'm so used to looking, okay, what shimmer shade am I going to use? There ain't no shimmer shade in this palette. Not funny. Just such a creature of habit. And who knows? Maybe I'll reach over and grab one of my ColourPop Super Shocks that I love, just to add a little bit something to the eyes. But I don't think I'm going to. I'm really going to try to keep this in an all matte look today, especially since I'm going to really bold up the lip. Okay. So on the lid, I actually think I'm going to go in with, is that chiffon? I'm going to go in with this a little bit lighter beigey color on the lid. Okay. You see that color? So that definitely leans cool and more gray. A little bit darker than I wanted to go on the lid. That's okay. Maybe we'll lighten it up. We'll put the really pale white, the real white color over top just to soften this a little bit and get it so they match here. Okay, so you know what? We're just going to go in with the one I originally said sheer, which is this kind of just a little bit beigeier eggshell type of color. It's a little more towards the deeper cream color. Is probably better, a more accurate representation of what that color is. So I'll just go here with my pencil brush and we'll do the brow bone. That's a pretty brow bone color. Just not much of a matte girl, like, but I want to push myself a little bit. I got some on the side of my nose. That's funny. And try some different ways of doing my eyes, even though the application is the same. Let's brighten this area up a little bit. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put on those taffeta lashes. I've worn them twice now. Maybe I need to make this look. We'll see how, well, let me think about that one for a second here while I'm finishing up putting this on. I actually feel naked without any sparkle. If I'm going to be honest, that's hard. That's hard to do with no sparkle whatsoever. Interesting. Okay, you know what I'm going to grab? I am going to tightline though, to give this a little more of a boost. Let me see here. Tightline, tightline, tightline. Where is it? There it is. With my Sephora collection black lace. So you can see I use this quite a bit. Oh, actually I want to curl my lashes first because it usually picks this up. So we're just going to use my same combination. The Essence Lash Princess Primer and then the Panorama mascara. So how's the weather in your area? It's supposed to be 80 here today, but it is looking like 80 and really humid because there's a lot of mist in the air right now. And so I think it's going to be a little on the humid side. So let's just go in and tight line. Add a little bit here to give it a little more oomph. Since I'm not putting on any, I just feel so naked. No sparkle, no sparkle. Only on the lips today, I think. We'll see. I just feel almost naked without any shimmer. So maybe tomorrow we'll do a little bit more of a brown look. And I'll try to maybe switch it up a little bit. This I think needs a good sharpen. My favorite pencil sharpener, and I've tried a few, is actually the Sephora branded pencil sharpener. That one works pretty well. So out there. Okay, that adds a little more definition, which is good. And then let's go ahead and prime them. Prime them up. You know, I have intentions to go into town. I still have not been in town to pick up my Ulta order yet. And so I had to make a special effort here today and go into town and get that. And so, here we go. There we go. So I was curious. I know I've asked you guys before, like what bingeable shows you're watching. My daughter and I are watching The Pit together. Well, not together in the same place, but we're watching it. So we call each other and we talk about it. And she hadn't watched it yesterday when I talked to her. So it came out last Thursday. She hadn't watched it yet because she was away at a softball tournament all weekend. And so she watched it yesterday, so we talked about it. It's fun to have shows that you watch with people so you can like talk about it and like, oh, what do you think is going to happen next? Like, well, that's just me. I like to talk about it. I like the human side of it and talking about, okay, I wonder what they're going to make that character do. Like, so, okay. Good to go there. Let's get on the panorama. I actually might need to pick up a new one of these when I go into town too. To Walmart probably. I'm gonna pick it up. And then I just love what that primer does to my lashes. Just so pretty. Makes them look so much longer than they are. Well, at least that's how it feels to me. So. I'm actually starting to get a little nervous about this look, about the red lip. Not funny. It's starting to get a little on the nervous side. So I'm curious, are you team big palette or small palette? That would be a good question for you guys to answer today. Team small palette, team big palette. Or team both. There we go. A, B, and C. A, small palette. B, big palette. C, both. My answer would be C, both. because I love eyeshadow. I love all eyeshadow, and I will throw a big palette into my suitcase. Especially because I feel like it gives me such a variety of looks. My favorite one to pack has been the Aurora Struck from ColourPop, because it's been, because it does have so many different shades in it that I just really like it, and it gives me options. And luckily they're not like super thick palettes. All ColourPop's larger palettes, at least as of today, are just cardboard palettes and don't have a mirror, like this Morphe one does, or some of the other eyeshadow palettes that are larger that have mirrors with them. They're definitely more, which is why I think they can keep the price down and why it doesn't cost as much. So let's get into this bold lip. I've got the LA Colors lip liner in Forever Red. I might be just more nervous about this pencil than I am about the color. Get it started here. Nails are so short. I'm trying to decide if I want to go back to wearing longer nails and get some tips put on, or if I just want to stay with what I'm already doing and just use my natural nail. Just problems that we have, ladies. I know they're real problems to have, right? To decide whether you want to go and put tips on or not. Those are definitely first world problems for sure. Yeah, this might be a little bit too orange. Let's see, I'll just get it on the lips. No, it's not too bad. So I think the stick was what? $1, maybe $2. This lip liner. It definitely is a cool toned red. I will give it that. It is cool toned, so. So I'll share this limited series that I watched recently on Netflix. It was called Fool Me Once. And it's an 8-episode thriller. Really takes a lot of twists and turns. It was really good. I was pleasantly surprised. I turned on, it's set in, they're very heavy accented. I'm glad I had the captions on, but very heavy English accents. And so, but it was good. It was good. It got better. The first couple, like the first maybe 1 or 2 were a little slower than I would like. But I was really enjoyed the ending, enjoyed it. So here is the Twilight. Let's see. Oh, so this is definitely going to be more orange. Oh, I'm bummed now. It looked a little more red online. Well, we'll just get it on the lips and see what it does. Yeah, definitely more on the warmer side of red. It look so cool toned online, but it definitely is a warm tone. I'm not feeling the lip. Ah, dang, what a bummer. Oh well, it is what it is, and we're just gonna rock it until it wears off because it's a gloss. It's not gonna last that long. But I'm a little disappointed that it turned out to be this color, really, honestly. Oh, I'm liking the eyes though. I do feel like I should add some sparkle to them, but I won't. Got Bible study tonight. No need to, you know, not a whole lot else going today. If I had to, I do need to run into town. Let's just zhuzh up this hair a little bit. Washed it this morning and flat ironed it, trying to figure out how to do this straight styling without it looking too funny. So here is the final look for today. Final thoughts on the few things that I'm trying that are a bit different than what I have been using. I'm still really liking the True Matte. I mean the True Skin matte foundation. I think it is looking nice. You know, I have fine lines and wrinkles. It's gonna sit in a, if I can get it to settle less than others, that's always a good thing. So I'm still really enjoying that, playing with that. I have to say I'm pretty impressed with this matte palette. I'm not a big, huge fan of Morphe eyeshadow formulas, but this one's actually really nice, which encourages me that, you know, when they have good sales, when they do have good sales, that it might be a brand that I might pick up another eyeshadow palette in to give it a go. So other than the lips, I like the way this look turned out today. Luckily the lips are gonna wear off because it's a gloss, so it won't last too long. But I am disappointed. I was really hoping that it looked, I mean, I could tell here in the bottle that it's definitely more of a warm tone red than a cool tone red. And even putting the cool tone underneath it, it still looks a little more on the warm side. So not a big fan of that. So probably won't be trying that one again. Love ColourPop. By far my favorite brand, but this one was just a mwah for me. So remember, every piece of makeup in your collection has a purpose. Together they create a beauty story. So why not be intentional, bold, confident, fun, glam, and create a beauty story you will love. I will see you tomorrow.